Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome to Stock Up with Larry Jones. I'm going to take these off. My eyes are probably red. This is the time of the year where the allergies are kicking my butt. Hey, I just wanted to briefly talk with you guys about the market this coming week and what we just went through and why. You guys already know, if you're new to the page, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button. Listen. You know, September is traditionally the worst month of the trading year for those of you that are new to investing. So it is the worst month. Last week was traditionally the worst week of the trading year, and it did not fail this year at all. It was the worst week. We hit new lows. In the S&P. And we just hit new lows in the overall market. And, that really doesn't bother me. It's supposed to happen. Actually a market reset is good. But one of the key things that happened this last week, you got to understand that these big mega tech companies are actually what's been saving the stock market. Companies like, Microsoft and Apple. Apple is starting to slip, good people. So we need to understand that, hey, if you guys are in a fight, for those of you that are guys, you guys are in a fight, and there's three of you, right? And one guy is skin and bones, and the other guy is built like Hercules. And then if he goes down, you in trouble. So that's kind of what happened with the pullback from Apple. They're going to pull back at production. Their forward forecast is not, they're pulling back on their forecast, right, going forward, which is causing the rest of the stock market to fall. There's a lot of Fed fear that the Fed is going to continue to aggressively raise interest rates. So we'll get into more of that. So September did not fail to be the worst month, and last week did not fail to be the worst trading week in the year. And let's hope that it was the worst, all right? But we need to see what's going to happen. We say this every week because it is true. Anything could change. The Fed could pivot. If the Fed changes, that changes everything. The poet, the great poet, Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until you get hit in the face. What's hitting us in the face, which means that we don't know, black swan events, we got a war going on, right? That type of deal. COVID, then high inflation, which is what the Fed is trying to get under control, right? And then we see what's happening with oil. And then what's happening in other markets. With China, with their shutdowns, their zero COVID policy, which affects us because even this iPhone is manufactured in China. So there goes the shipping supply, all right? And so we have to understand that this is a world market. And then what's happening with England, right? We know that the Bank of England said it would buy back bonds to stabilize their finances or their financial markets. But they are in a lot of trouble. And then we have the energy crisis and we have the water crisis. It's just a lot of moving parts. Okay. But me personally, I'd rather it all happen right now while the elevator's going down. I prefer for it to all happen right now. And the same thing with crypto, good people. We're going to make more videos about crypto. Same thing with crypto. Let the trees shake off all the dead leaves. Let all of these companies that are not sovereign just go under now, because eventually they're going to go under. And then let the regulation happen. What I mean by that, I don't mean over-regulation. Janet Yellen has been wanting to, with the stable coin, right? Regulate stable coin. If they regulate stable coin, which I believe will happen, that's when I'm going to start buying heavier into crypto. Okay. So we know on Wednesday, the Dow jumped up 548 points. Josh and I made this, video together while I was traveling. And then the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday, it took it all back and then some. That's what happened. Let me tell you what also happened. Remember, you guys, I was showing you where gold hit an all-time low, right? Gold hit an all-time low, and I'm not a big gold buyer. I just gold just doesn't do it for me. But I bought some gold. You guys know I've been buying GORO, and remember, I suggested that you guys look into it. Okay, so let me get this straight, because I know people are going to ask, Larry, you said you weren't buying anything. I'm not buying anything. I'm only buying gold as a hedge against the recession. Okay, I'm still dollar cost averaging, but I haven't put any big chunks of money into anything. So I'm not dip buying. If you have been dip buying, you've been dumpster diving, because every time you buy the dip, it's going down. That's why I suggest to you guys just to sit still, because sometimes investing is just sitting still. It's not constant movement. It's just sitting still. Peace, be still. All right. And then I put a few dollars in to ticker symbol GROY, which is gold royalty. Here's where I'm kicking myself at. The day it hit an all-time low. All right. So ticker symbol GORO, I'm up 3.17%. I only put a few $100s into GROW, ticker symbol GROY, which is gold royalty, and it's up 11.13%. Right. So, but I'm not worried. There's plenty of time before the hard recession hits. Okay. So that's what I want to say. And for those of you that don't know, and if you want to get a peek on how the pre-markets is going to be, meaning how the opening bell might be, though it has no effect on what the closing bell is, just Google PreMarkets. I know there's one called CNN PreMarkets, and then it'll show you the Dow, NASDAQ, those type of things, and show you where they are. Okay, S&P 500. It'll show you where the pre-markets are, if they're green or red. But it really does not. It's not. That doesn't mean if it's green in the pre-markets, it's going to be green all day. As you guys know, we can be up as much as 500 points in the beginning of the day and be down 300 points after close the bell, even more, right? Lastly, listen, you guys know, before I say that, make sure you guys don't fall for any spam in the comment section whatsoever. I don't have a WhatsApp. I don't Telegram. I don't invest anybody's money, all right? So it's all spam. I want you guys to follow me on Instagram, okay? That's where I do some shorts, and then I do sometimes some inspirational stuff. Click the link in the bio, okay? I'm going to have 3 links this time. But at the top of this one, I'm going to put my Instagram, Weebled in Moo Moo. Hey, for those of you that's been rolling with me for a while, you know on Sundays I say something inspirational. If you don't like the inspirational stuff, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to tell you, just imagine that there's a warning sign, warning, inspiration coming. And this is what I want to say. All right. So if you're just here for the stock, you can go ahead and sign off. But I'm going to take a few minutes and inspire, because that's who I am. It's what I do. So I want to tell you that there was a good book. There was one of the scriptures says that even if I gave away all my money, right? Even if I gave away all my money, it would be nothing if I didn't have love. So what I'm going to say to you guys is that I want you to take care of your health and your relationships. That is also wealth, good people. Money is not everything. And that's what I want to say. And I posted this on my Instagram. And what I mean by that is relationships are more than money, right? So if I gave you $1 million, you would be happy. But if I said your best friend has to die tomorrow, would it be worth the $1 million? Your best friend? For me, the answer is no, right? Then you have loved ones. Money is not worth your loved ones. If I say I give you $1 million, but your mother has to die tomorrow, all right? I lost my mother. You couldn't pay me enough. You couldn't pay me $100 trillion for my mother. So let's take care of our relationships, our loved ones, and then our health. If I say, hey, I'm gonna give you $1 million, but you gotta die tomorrow, you're not gonna value the $1 million. All right. And then time is something that we value. All right. So let's take care of our health. Let's take care of our friendships, our loved ones, and then work on our wealth at the same time. So that is my inspiration for today. Make sure you follow me on Instagram only through the link in the description below. All right. Because there's a lot of fake pages. And on Instagram, I never, ever, 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 ever DM. I don't care if you get a DM on Instagram and say, hey, bro, how you doing? How's your trading? Send me some money. It's not me. It's spam. Okay. All right. Then after that, we're going to have Webull, which is also given another free stock on top of their programs. Listen, with Webull, 1 penny, just deposit 1 penny, and you could get all of the free stock. But let's be serious and put a minimum of $100. That's where we set it and forget it, reoccurring fractional shares. And then lastly, Moo. All right. That's where we're just cashing up. We're just cashing up. And that's where I actually bought my gold at, in Moo. Okay. And so that's where we're just cashing up, and I'm just dipping my toes into gold. And I'm not expecting my gold to be green right now. I expect it to be green or greener when the hard recession hits. All right, good people, we're going to leave it right there. I will see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.